Hey, folks, I'm Lyza, and I'm with 90.5. And in the building today, we've got a guest who's rewriting the rules. He's a pilot, an entrepreneur, and a rising R&B star. His album Mayday blends his life in the skies with the depth of his heart. Mr. John Alex Gatsby, everyone.
Fam, how y'all feeling?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. My first question for you is you've described Mayday as fusing your life as a pilot and your music journey. How does aviation and music intersect with each other for you?
For me, it's just all about following my passions. You know, aviation has always been a lifelong passion of mine, and music has been too. I grew up in a musical household. My dad was a DJ on the radio, so I spent a lot of time in and out of the radio station, answering the phones at 102 in Greensboro while my dad was pre-recording his show, The Quiet Storm, on 97.1 WQMG. So I was in and out of the industry of music pretty much my entire childhood, while I simultaneously had this passion and this love for aviation. And aviation was always my what I considered to be my first achievable dream. It was like the thing that, like, you know, it's like, oh, if you want to be the superstar, but it's like, okay, go to medical school. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a backup. And aviation was my backup passion. But then once I achieved aviation and I achieved the goal of entrepreneurship within the industry of aviation, I discovered that all things are possible and that I owe it to myself to do everything that I wanted to do. So I moved to New York. I started my own record label, and I started working in the studios in New York, and then moved over to LA, and we started working on the Mayday project, which was my first album. And I just wanted to coalesce my two passions into one, and I found that Mayday was the perfect example, was the perfect way to do that. And it was kind of my debut as well. So it serves as an introduction of people into my art and my artistry, while also fusing the elements of aviation, which is also something that I really, really enjoy as well. So, you know, putting the two together was just kind of a no-brainer for me.
So my next question is, on Man Eater, you sample Hall & Oates, and I noticed that immediately. I said, "Oh, he ate that." So you sample Hall & Oates. How do you approach blending nostalgia with your unique voice?
Well, we interpolated, so we want to be careful when we use terminology like sampling versus interpolation, because sampling means that we're actually using their vocals, which we didn't do. We used our own and we interpolated what was. But regardless of the semantics, I wanted to pay homage to that nostalgic 80s era. At first, when I first heard that beat from my producer, Bam, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. But we sat in the studio with my boy Gio, who helped me co-write that song. And we were listening to a bunch of different 80s tracks. I mean, Michael Douglas, Prince, Michael Jackson. And then Hall & Oates' Maneater came on, and I fell in love with that melody all over again. And I figured that we could use that and pay homage to it while also telling a more modern femme fatale story. So it was the idea was to look back and reflect on what was, because I am a student of the game in music, especially, like I said, growing up with a dad who played old school R&B on the radio professionally, and then fusing it with a more modern sound, genre bending in a way, so that way we could kind of test the boundaries of what we could do with that sound. And that Maneater is the result of it. It took a lot of hard work to get us there, but I think that all in all, like, the result was really, really good. Like, that single it's one of my best ones I think I've ever done.
You ranked the Billboard twice, I believe, right?
Yes.
How did you feel when you seen it?
Can I be honest?
You can be honest.
I didn't feel much of nothing, because it was just writing on paper. It was a number 30, my name and the name of the song, and that was cool, and that came with its own recognition and its accolades. But I don't do this for that, so I didn't feel. I mean, I felt accomplished, I guess, but I didn't feel ecstatic or super excited to hear that. I get the excitement when I was coming out of what really, really was the defining moment for me was when I was rehearsing that song, Therapy. Therapy is the song that made it to Billboard, by the way. Yeah. And I was rehearsing that song in a studio in, I think, South Central. And I come out of the studio and a lady, there's a crowd of people standing around, and a lady comes up to me and she says, "Oh, you're the artist who made that song? My husband loves that song," or "We listen to this on the radio at KTLA all the time." So that really, that was kind of more of that was, for me, that was more exciting than seeing my name on a piece of paper next to a number on a chart. You know, because that means that you've actually impacted someone. That means that you've actually touched somebody in a way. And that means more to me than any type of award or accolade or recognition that I could ever get. My connection with the people, with the listeners, means the most to me than anything. So, and Billboard, don't get mad at me. Please keep me there. But, you know, I just want to continue to impact the people and continue to make good music for the people. And as long as I'm doing that, then you know, you can hold the rest of the awards for the people who care about that.
And that's true. What message or feeling do you hope the people carry after listening to Mayday, the whole album?
I hope that the people that listen to the Mayday album will feel like they're not alone. Mm-hmm. I think that there becomes an understanding that a lot of us are much more similar than we are different. I hope that it leaves them feeling more positively about their love lives or the lack thereof, and the hope that one day maybe you can find that ultimate partner for you, or that ultimate connection, whatever that may be. And then the understanding that, you know, life is a struggle, but, you know, we just got to we're not here to follow our dreams. We're here to chase them. So I think that as long as we're hitting those notes in the album, then I think that we met our project goal.
So your song Therapy, how did that come about?
It's a funny story. I had a former manager that worked for me, and on one day, I call it Mad Day, which she was airing her grievances about me and the way in which I apparently made her feel. And she said in an angry tone, she's like, "You need therapy." She weaponized it. She wasn't, this wasn't coming from a place of love and caring and like, "Oh, like, I think that you're struggling. I think that you need therapy." No, you weaponized it against me and said, "You need therapy." And I said, "Well, okay, I'll go to therapy." And I called my producers, Biscuit and Butter, the next day, and I told them, I was like, "Let's get in the studio and let's work on some music." And I told them that same story about how my manager, who I had just fired that day, said that I needed therapy. And they were like, "Well, let's write a song about how we all need therapy. And I got issues. We all got problems, you know?" And from there, it kind of just, you know, manifested itself into a track that allowed me to be fully creative with both the visuals and the audio interpretation. So, you know, we were able to make a music video where we really went inside of my mind. Literally, if you look at the music video, we went inside of my mind and you got to see into my thoughts and what I'm thinking and the battle that goes on internally when one is in therapy. So we were able to kind of take what was something that was meant to be weaponized and a negative and turn it into something really positive. And like I said, we took it all the way to the Billboard charts with it. So.
Ain't that? So my last question for you is, what do you have coming up next? Do you have any projects, any more songs coming out? Let the people know.
I don't know if I want. I mean, my publicist is in the room. I sent him a link to what could be album 2 yesterday. So, you know, we've stayed consistently in the studio every week. You know, you're just gonna have to stay tuned to see whatever comes next. Right now, we are on this wonderful fall HBCU tour. We're happy to be here at FAMU celebrating your homecoming with you. Is it the Rattlers, right?
Yes, go Rattlers!
Go Rattlers! Yeah, so we're gonna finish up this tour next week at my hometown in Greensboro, North Carolina for A&T, and then we're gonna start talking about what's next. I did just release a music video for a single that I dropped a while ago called Bedroom. And that was really fun. I like to do more cinematic, theatrical music videos. So if you get a chance, check that out. But, you know, in terms of what's next, just know that I'm working and stay tuned and expect something to drop here very soon.
Right now, y'all heard him. Stay tuned in North Carolina A&T. Y'all be ready.
You're next. FAMU, it's you tonight, baby.
I thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
Your presence is amazing. Your aura, amazing. Everything
Appreciate
you do,
that.
amazing. Keep being raw. Keep being you. Keep being authentic.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.